Howdy, howdy, everybody. And with more Lies of P. Continuing through the DLC. Last time when I quit yesterday, I was in the middle of some kind of boss thing happening. I don't know where it's going to put me. Okay, it's putting me right in the room.
All left alive will freeze here! This
Crazy
is where we die!
Monique. Okay. Get some weird iPhone. Okay, so you can backstab.
No! I must hold on!
Okay. No.
I must hold on! Indomitable! Bear the pain, Veronique! Never surrender! Veronique will never surrender!
You can't just willy-nilly backstab her.
For the sake of craft!
Yeah, before stream earlier today, I was considering maybe like respecking into like maybe either technique, probably technique, because quality is interesting, but I really would like to mess with some DLC weapons, and it seems like the ones I've come across so far are technique weapons. I did it again. I accidentally walked in here. I wanted to switch out my grindstone. That's fine. We're learning.
My mind's ablaze! Make it stop! I must hold on! I am indomitable! Bear the pain, Veronique! Never surrender! Laboratory for the sake of craft.
Not even doing that much damage, honestly. This weapon's just, I feel like, is a smidge too slow. Let's do what we're gonna do, which is grindstone. Acid, probably. Gotta try. Swap back to this. Seems to be the more reliable boss killing weapon. Just wondering. Swap this out for.
All left alive will freeze here! This is where we die! No one leaves this laboratory for the sake of craft!
That was not a good run. That was poor decision making on it, and what that was happening there.
My mind's ablaze! Make it stop!
That is the main problem with this weapon.
Alchemist bastards!
So
What did your drugs do to me? Laboratory for the sake of craft.
Alright, I gotta get good at blocking here. It seems like it's all about perfect blocking in this particular combat. So getting quick attacks out is not really it. This is a much heavier weapon. We're gonna change this out though for this. Fire damage reduction's better. Yeah, I think this is better.
All left alive will freeze here! This is where we die! Alchemist bastards! What did your drugs do to me?
Oh, I thought I was on it there.
Leave this laboratory for the sake of craft.
Sounds like Lae'zel. I think this is Lae'zel's voice actress. Alright, we're really gonna have to learn this fight. The timing. I'm kind of getting the timing down a little bit on some of the attacks, but it's the Fury attacks that do get the timing.
My mind's ablaze! Make it stop! Alchemist bastards! What did your drugs do to me? the sake of craft.
That overheat's killing me. There's an item that I think that has resist some of those effects. Moves overheat. Which is overheat. Distance right through. Distance and. Okay. I think when she gets to phase 2, we're gonna.
Don't freeze here. This is where we die. I did terrible things to you. That drug, their cure, it twisted my mind. I put you in danger. I'm sorry. Please, I beg of you. Nothing must leave this place. This cursed lab. Those cursed beings, their test subject. Created from the legacy of the ruins. The two-faced overseer. It cannot be allowed to live. She did pass through here. We were rivals once. In the end, she showed... I die as I lived, without regret. Remember me, Veronique of Grant.
Nice, you got her outfit. This will survive. What an outfit that. Always animals. Very cool either way. What else did it give me? Did it give me anything else? I don't know if it... Did I get like a ergo? It's got a key, right? Yeah, I don't think it gave me any. This weapon, it does the damage. Oh, can't even go back. Interesting. It's gonna turn off, and now it turns off. So we can go back to that area and go through the door now, which is good.
Veronique fought until the bitter end. But even if we could have helped her, it was far too late. At least her suffering is over. I hope she can be at peace and rest now.
DLC has great fights. This whole game really has great fights if you think about it. Like Lixasia is a great fight in the base game. A lot of bosses are really fun. Nameless Puppet can be really fun. Lixasia is really fun. Manus is okay. Most Stalker fights range from being kind of not that great to annoying, but that was a great fight. That was honestly genuine. So far, every major fight in the DLC has been great, except for the alligator, which is just okay. The alligator fight was not super memorable. But I'm kind of debating, like, maybe sticking with quality and using this, the Curse Knight's, like, handle, and maybe sticking something else on it. It has range. It has, like, a range attack. It has slashing. It has ranged. It has, like, this to poke. So it's like, it's tempting to mess with it, but I also just kind of want to go, like, use this bow a little bit. Also tempting. That's kind of why I want to go technique, is because I kind of want to mess with this bow. I also kind of want to mess with this thing a little bit. Look at that. I've heard the running are too close. Ooh. Interesting, interesting. I'll mess with these a little bit more in a minute. Not at the moment. Hello, there's another one. Just thermite. Here, no. Just gonna check all these spots real quick. Where? Is that Alidoro? The real Alidoro? It is.
I suppose I should expect to meet strange people in such a strange place. I smell blood on you.
Seeing interesting weapons.
Interesting. It's the blood of alchemists. Still, that doesn't prove we aren't enemies. Let me get this straight. Quite by accident, you found an object belonging to the legendary stalker at the zoo. If all that is true, can you show me this object? This is a photo of Leia and her 2 apprentices. This locket does belong to her. I'll take you at your word that you wish to help Leia. I'll trust you. For the moment. My name is mine to hold. But you have my word that I am not your enemy, nor Leia's. I consider any enemy of the alchemists an ally. Stay and rest a while. I'm tracking a dangerous relic, the alchemists, but the immense power of that relic wasn't enough to satisfy the alchemists. They also retrieved the remains of the ancient warrior that was protecting it. These experiments have yielded results already, transforming one. If you plan to continue exploring this facility, take this horn. No matter where you are in this facility, I'll hear it and come to your aid.
Interesting.
I'm just someone fighting against the alchemist, but I must hide my identity to protect the person. I can't rest until I finish investigating the alchemists. Legendary. She stepped up only because no one else could. But a great title such as that comes with many risks. Leia is desperate to find it. It must be even worse for her since she has lost. Would you like to ask me anything more? Trouble erupted at the zoo. Leia and Romeo had their own brand of justice. Regardless, Romeo could handle himself. Nothing should have troubled him on this mission. It's possible that this is some old grudge coming back to step. Leia maintains several places along the coast. I'd seek her out in that.
Okay.
Take a look at this. It looks almost human-like. I dare not, but I'm certain this tree. The Rose Estate. I have heard whispers. If true, the tram should be. If you find the Overseer, be sure to blow the horn.
Put it on slot here. Can I get rid of that? Put the horn there? I can. To know. Test that out. Wow. Anything else in here? I'm not seeing anything else. If I do respec though, the cost is gonna be fairly considerable because I've respec like 3 times now. I was at advanced and then I respec'd into quality, and then off stream I respec'd back to advanced because I was thinking I would continue doing advanced because I really like playing advanced. But then I was like, you know what? I've done advanced before and it doesn't look like there's really much advanced. I looked into the DLC to see how many advanced things there are, and it doesn't seem like there's really much at all. Advanced, for as prevalent as elemental stuff is in this game, there's not nearly as many advanced items and weapons, and there's no advanced boss weapons, which suck. So I was like, you know what, I'll stick quality, and maybe there'll be a good quality thing in the DLC. And then, in fact, the best, from what I've looked up, the best weapon in the game is a quality weapon, but you don't get it until the very end of the DLC. And I'm like, well, that kind of sucks too, because then I'll be done playing at that point. Klaus's luxury bag. Okay, so I gotta sell it to that merchant again. That's all that's down here, yeah? Apparently. hotel, I think. Oh, he's in the hotel. Klaus must be the vendor. I thought he was the merchant in the, like, clown zone. But maybe he's in the hotel now. So that's possible, too. I didn't think about that. It's a better spot for him, honestly. Okay, that guy with the mask is gone. I need another quartz.
Well met, Master Stalker.
Klaus, okay. Shop good.
Oh my, you found my bag. In fact, I'm quite certain it contains items you may find particular. Well met.
Ah, I don't have any ancient discs, but when I do... Hey, Aussie, how you doing, bud? Charge Fable when a fatal attack is successful? That's not bad. I want quartz, though. This, I think, is just... I can just wear this, though I'm tempted to... RE4 Remake? Great game. Genuinely amazing game. Like, that game was... I feel like I share the sentiment with pretty much everyone who's a big RE fan when I say that we all felt that game, there's no way it could live up to the original, and somehow it did, and even surpassed it in several ways. Like, they outdid themselves with the remake. Honestly, did amazing. The DLC, I played through the DLC once. I didn't do everything. I didn't get all the trophies and stuff, though I was tempted to do it. I might end up going back. It could give me a reason to replay it at some point. But I found the DLC to be just okay, honestly. Almost kind of frustrating against some of the, like, bosses.
Lamacchio. Oh, you just as the leader of the bastards. The legendary backbreaker, you mean? All I know is that she is... Oh.
Okay. Well, it added less than a significant amount of items. Special. Let me see what it would take for me to respec here. Got 25 gold coins, which is good. If I were to reset my... it would cost 10. If I reset my... well, I don't know if I'll reset the arms or even recalibrate the P-organ. I might leave those things alone. So it would just be the level. In which case, only 10 is not that bad. So I have to decide... I want to do this, if I actually want to respec or not. What kind of head could I put on the halberd to make it interesting? Would be putting it on this, the curse now handle. So something I looked at is basically it's a CC scaling, right? Which, when you think about it, almost every item in the game can be like a CC scaling, so I could turn any handle I want essentially into that. Like this one is a BD. If I give it a, for example, let me go back. If I do alter handle, and I go to the Mjolnir candle here, and give it technique, look, it becomes a CC. If I give, you know, what's it? This one, it becomes a CC. I give this motivity, it becomes BC. This becomes CC. This becomes CC. So it's like, for a quality build, so many weapons in the game I could use, but it's only a C scaling for both, which is not amazing, but that's basically what the Golden Lie is a CC scaling. So I think quality is probably the best choice for the best damage in, like, late game when you have like 40 of both, but I'm probably not going to hit that in the DLC, so it might be better to just specialize outside of quality. Even though the crits on this weapon are pretty substantial. I don't know. I don't know. I've also heard that if you go with the bolt top, the welder blade, I think it's the top of the bolt. Let's use my hand. There it is. If you use the bolt top, the welder bottom, that this makes for a really interesting weapon. I read about that. Curious about this. What the heck is that? Like, it's a weird weapon. That's just super funky. Well, I'm definitely not using this for sure. But I was curious because I saw someone read about that and it didn't make any sense. The bow is Dark Moonstones. What is... Put those back together. Put the Puppet of the Future up. Bolt. Do the other. Let's see what it looks like the other way around. Just messing with stuff now. It's got some crazy range. This weapon is so silly. Alright, let's see. What's the highest technique I could get out of it? Puts it to A. I think that's A for the rapier. It's interesting. A for this tiny thing. Not gonna do. Definitely not gonna. It's so small. Nothing too tiny. I remember liking this handle. I messed with this weapon a little bit when I first played through the game, and I remember liking its moveset. Spear of Honor. The booster glaive I definitely used. It was a cool weapon. And it's a technique. Oh. Yeah, you can get a lot of different technique weapons going. Sure. Just not sure at the moment what I would do. This one has his technique. Single stab. Gather strength for a big forward piercing attack. So that's like regular spear. Hard parry. This is rush swing. Patient slash. Guard parry. What would I put on? Acid slash. Just put this on it as a critical. I'm not much for the retreating slash enemies in front of you, quickly back. Slash enemy. Single stab. Slash. Slash, which is a cool one. I don't know. Shoot the blade, a blade forward. The blade explodes on impact, inflicting physical damage by to shoot multiple blades faster. If I put this on the end of, let's say, the halberd. Cool. Interesting. I don't know if this is the right handle for it. Assemble. We go with a technique one. Here, let's see. Together. See what this looks like. Tiny, feels tiny. Oh, it's also does slashing. This is definitely not it. Do the city long spear. Or we could just stick with this one, honestly. 4. Be the best thing for it. Thing is, I don't know if I'm much for the moveset for this hand. It's got range, which is good. I just don't think I like the R2. Because it kind of takes too long for that to happen. It's just a single stab. Quick stabs, which I like. It's got a very similar feel to the Trident. It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. Don't know how much I'm really feeling it though. Another one we have is the handle here, the dancers. What kind of blade would I want with It's a slashing type, so I want a slashing. Not a lot of DLC weapons. Only come across the bow and this thing. Yeah, I don't know. None of these things are really calling to me. Definitely missing weapons too. I feel like there's other weapons that I didn't grab over the course of the regular. But I was only focusing on the advanced weapons, so it makes. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling a yen towards any of them. So I think I am just going to stick with what I have for now. Even though I do like this bow. And I think that it's neat. Okay. There's something else I was going to do? The hotel. I think it was just possibly respecking. Alright. Teleport back to where I was. I was going to teleport back to the first area and go through the doors that were frozen shut. That's what I was going to do. In my first build in this game, I was playing a technique build. And I think I just ended up using boss weapons the entire time because they were the coolest, like, they were the coolest technique weapons, like the trident, the katana, the scythe. Like, the best boss weapons are like technique weapons. Not including the one I'm using right now, which is obviously a quality weapon, which is it's a cool weapon. It's just a little slow. Oh, was this open? Was this open the whole time? Check the corners. Oh, didn't check that. I like the running one too. I don't know why I've never done that before. That's a good one. Caliber. You know, it might be worth swapping this one out. This one. I feel like. Normal attacks. Normal attack not include charge attacks. We're gonna have to test. We're gonna have to test that. Because I like Victor's the Hand of God. It's obviously an amazing thing to have equipped. But I feel like it's better with faster weapons, because then you can get your damage up faster. And against bosses, you're spending too much time, like getting one hit in, two hits in. I'm gonna test this out. I'm gonna do some science. We did 365. Attack. Well, actually, I should be checking charged attacks, shouldn't I? 755. Let's unequip it. I can't check everything because I only hit with one there. It would be easier to check if I was fighting against the piece. We're gonna check it. We're gonna do a full hit here against something. Step back. Oh. Sorry, butterflies are moving really slow. Nice, ancient disc. Well, I didn't get to check that time. Okay. 1756. I'm not gonna do that there. I'll just have to test it out. There we go. That denied her because of crits. I'm realizing that this is gonna be a really hard experiment to do because of crits. Oh, actually, I could just use a different one. That would also answer that, wouldn't it? For now, we're just gonna throw it out. And we'll do some science later to see if it makes a difference with charged attacks or not. Is there anything up here? Is there even any point to being up here? Hello. We recommend this DLC so far? Yes. Absolutely. If you like the base game of Lies of P, wouldn't recommend this DLC. I've not played the base game. I absolutely recommend it. If you like Souls games at all, if you like Bloodborne, you'll love Lies of P. Straight up. The world, the characters, the combat, everything about it feels great. I'm not going to say it's like one-to-one with Bloodborne, but it has a very Bloodborne feel, both aesthetically and combat-wise. So it's like, it's honestly fantastic. In my opinion, it doesn't beat out Bloodborne as a game overall, but for a Souls-like game that's not made by FromSoft, it's probably the best Souls-like game I've played, and I played the absolute crap out of this when it first came out. La Vendetta. Probably the strength weapon, isn't it? Motivity. Which I also did a playthrough of. It's a motivity build, and that was interesting. Is it even here? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Motivity. I guess you could say it's... I mean, I know it's mostly motivity. I could still use it as a BC. It's a better than the golden lie for stat scaling, but is it that good? Strength and explosion. Explosions temporarily occur from all weapon attacks and inflict damage to nearby enemies. Explosion attacks are enhanced. It's cool. Seems like a very interesting looking weapon. Visually, I like it. But I don't think I'm gonna go motivity. And I could, but I don't know. Motivity weapons, I've never much for big bonk strong weapons, even though they can be really good. I mean, I guess that's not true. I do go for big strong bonk in like Dark Souls sometimes. I'll do like big two-handed strength builds. But I don't know, this game feels more like agile. It feels more like agility is better than big bonk attacks. I feel like I lean more towards faster weapons. Is this a dead end? Oh, there's a ladder over here. Let's see this. Oh, and this is where the shortcut is. Wow, it's a roundabout shortcut, huh? Oh, right. Doing. Oh, the continuing on is later, that's right. I have no idea if any backstab will be stronger because of random crits. We'll go back. I'm gonna do some science real quick at the hotel, and then we'll continue on. Because I'm just curious if it's worth using this particular one over Victor's thing. Like, Victor's thing is really good, and even like getting a couple consistent hits you'll do more damage, especially if I'm not doing any elemental stuff, which I'm usually not. But yeah, this game is absolutely fantastic, and it's very versatile. Like, every playthrough of this game can feel different because the absolute variety of weapons and the facts that you can mix and match pieces of weapons to like make your own interesting, you know, moveset stuff. Because you can take that. Basically, how this game works, right, is that the handles of all of these weapons contain the moveset for the weapons, and the blades and like the actual damage dealing part of the weapons are what what deal the damage. So the handles deal with scaling and your move sets. So it's like if you are going like, oh, I'm gonna do strength, you would use a weapon that like mostly is strength. Like this one is mostly a strength weapon. So you use this handle, and then you throw whatever blade you want on it that has like whatever kind of reach or damage type or whatever you're looking for to kind of create your own unique, interesting weapon. And you can make some crazy combinations in this game that do really cool stuff. Anywho, we can just we can mess with this weapon while we do science at the same time just to see what we can do. Where is it? It's cool looking. Visually, I like it. Okay. So 326. Take it off. Do 72. It's a pretty big difference. Uncharged R2. 307. Uncharged R2 with it. 305. So the R2 makes no difference. It does no difference for damage with the R2. Good to know. So this weapon, it may not be that great of a thing to use, honestly. Because it just affects the damage of your regular R1 swings. And if I'm using it with Proof of Humanity, which I do strong, like heavy attacks far more often, it's not worth using. It's cool, I like that. Oh, I love that. Oh, this is a cool weapon. What does the handles one do? Let's do. What does the handle do? This patient swing. Gather strength for a strong swing. Hold down for accurate stronger attack. Oh. I don't know if I'll ever do that. I like how you basically, this is 2 slots. You want to keep this up like always. Interesting. I could put this... If I put this, for example, if I assemble this, right? Put this on, like, the halberd end. This. Stab goes down. Same. Put it on that. Put it on the dancer's curved sword handle too, if that makes it. Let's see, just out of curiosity, I'm gonna do some science here. You're really losing the effect of it spinning, though, I do have to say. The spinning is really cool, and it gives you that multi-hit, which works really well for this weapon. So it seems like swapping out the handle's probably not the best thing for this weapon. You're probably better off leaving it alone. Which is a bit disappointing, because it means I'd have to go motivity if I really wanted to use the weapon. But it feels like you really shouldn't change out the handle. Because of that multi-hit effect. And it's a really cool looking weapon too. Once again, this is not it. Let's see, if I do... Victor. Out. Let's see what this does. Yeah, I don't really want that. Oh, right, I was gonna check to see if I spin. Well, it does count. But for victors, it does count as an individual. It's neat. It's a cool weapon. How long does that thing last for? Feels like it lasts for a good amount of time. So you can keep that uptime going. Maybe not that much time. Nonetheless, very cool weapon. Very cool. If I ever see myself playing a motivity build, I could see myself using that for sure. Feels like a shame that it doesn't feel right to combine it with any other weapon, though. I mean, you could, but that Charge R2 feels like it's made for that very specific head. glad we did some science there to check some stuff out. And find out that that thing is not really that useful, honestly. It only upgrades the damage on base attacks, and the fact that it uses so much more stamina makes it not worth. Forgot this one. Yeah, I feel like at this point, if I respec, it would probably be to go back to an advanced build just because I could use my other Legion arms again. I don't think swapping to a technique build would really change how I feel about the game enough. Part of me really wants to use that bow though, but I know I would only be using it against normal enemies and I would never use it against bosses. But maybe, I don't know. I'm just like, I kind of want to use a DLC weapon because like I'm in the DLC. It only feels right. Lingers. Yeah, I mean, I'm not letting go of the notion yet that I'll do that. That I'll do with, oh, you know, could I make it? Hold on. It's D and B, so technically I could change it to B quality on a CNC and still use it. But it feels like it's a mistake to do that because you can get A scaling off of it. If I were to go, it would take way too much science to like min-max. Like I basically have to change to a technique build, switch the scaling to A to see what kind of damage it would do. You know, I wonder if I could look up on a wiki right now. Like what the scaling differences would be. Just give me 2 seconds here. I wonder if they have like a actual drop down. Doesn't look like it. Some of these wikis, they show like a full drop down of the different scalings and stuff. No, it doesn't look like it, so I'd have to do the science myself. But I'd just be curious. I mean, ultimately, I think quality beats out, like 2 C's beats out 1 A, but only at the right, like, stat allocation, you know? I think I might do it anyway, just because I kind of want to use the bow, and at the same time, I wasn't really seeing any like technique weapons that were really calling to me, so. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Can the bow crit? It cannot. So if I were to use the bow as like my offhand weapon, my crit amulet would be kind of useless. So if I was running a quality build with the bow, I'd probably want to run a different weapon. Because it feels like you really want to run any weapon that can crit, you'd want to run it with this amulet. Because then your crits just hit harder when they happen. Which puts me back in square one with my feelings about using it with a non-technique build. I really just need to figure out a technique weapon I want to use at the end of the day. Because my stat spread could be a little bit more generous overall if I do that, because it's kind of hard to run a quality build without gaining levels, because I'm gaining levels really slowly right now. And it's hard to keep both of my stats up. You're a jerk. Oh, it's one of those dudes. Yeah, I've not changed out my special grindstone, so... Well, hi. Save my Fable Arts for the big boy over there. Wish I had a fire grindstone one. Why did I have the items I could use? I could just use like a consumable one for that. Just do that. Do a bunch of those. I see flipping through. blew the horn. He did not come. Did he not say anywhere here that he would come? He did use the word anywhere, correct? Meister's pocket watch. Okay, so I gotta sell that. It says high price, so very clear what the intention of that object is. The ladder takes me back up to a shortcut. If I remember this one. Ooh. Goddard's art supplies. Goddard. Oh right, the woman. Was the blind woman. This actually looks fun, not gonna lie. It is super fun. For real though, like the amount of fun you're seeing me have right now is only like the tip of the iceberg for this game. Because you can do so many different things.
I think our test subject is behind that door. Where else could it be? Nerves of steel, buddy. Alright, now let's show this overseer who it's dealing with.
So is this the boss?
I was waiting for your call. Let's finish this.
Okay, I wasn't gonna win that fight with 3 heals. Interesting fight, though. Alright, let's swap our grindstone for fire. Yeah, here we go. Perfect. Easy shortcut to the boss here. We could go back and sell our stuff. But we'll do that after.
So this is where you've been hiding, Abomination.
gotta pay more attention to when he's aggroing towards me. And I should probably learn the timing of some of his attacks. Would probably help out a lot too.
So this is where you've been hiding, Abomination. Over here! That looks dangerous. This is your end.
He's doing his like katana areas, which are huge. He really doesn't like it.
Now's our chance. Over here! Rest in peace. Wretched warrior.
Oh, when you have someone taking most of the aggro, I can just get up on them and crit all day long.
A hard-fought victory over a dangerous opponent. But we have granted its soul eternal rest. May this creature which woke to misery find peace. You showed great skill during this fight. You must have had a great teacher. In fact, your fighting style reminds me of someone. Well, my mission here is complete. I'll make my way to Hotel Krat from here. If you're looking for more clues about the alchemists, you should head there as well.
Sure. Going to Hotel Kraut, cool. So he uses the katana and the bow. How very samurai of him. Cool. Very cool. Honestly, fighting him was super neat because of his weapon choices. Almost feels fitting that I'm using this weapon since this was the Carlos weapon.
I need more time. I'm coming, Romeo. I swear I won't be late. Not again. Not like I was with Carlo.
So, before you fight Luxasia, when you first go to the Isle of Alchemists, you kind of see like a backstory glimpse into the past through like sand visions or whatever. And you see that Carlo and Romeo want to be stalkers, and they try to ask the legendary stalker to be like her apprentice or whatever, but she turns them away. And then in the next scene, she's like holding Carlo's body, and she feels remorse for his death. So it's definitely Romeo, the puppet, the king of puppets, and Carlo, who is Geppetto's son, and this must be after Carlo's death, but before the puppet rampage. This thing about the cipher machine? What it's talking about. I can't interact with it. Can't do anything with it. I'm not really sure what it's wanting me to do.
Well, if it isn't the lad who stalks the legendary stalker. Are you hurt anywhere? So very glad to know you are unharmed. Like me, surely you've heard of the tragedy of the... And Veronique. To think she met... We disagreed on nearly everything. But then I must know. Did she...
She said nothing.
Did the medicine claim her sanity and finally drive her mad?
I don't trust this guy, but
I am
it's all
truly
about
sorry
lying
to
in
hear
this
that.
game anyway, so...
A heroic end, but... such a tragedy. The Rose Estate. There was a tram here once. Well, you can keep looking for it. I had assumed Veronique's vanguard took it down, but you might yet be in luck. This key was given to me by an alchemist before he claimed it opened a secret passage to the coast. Just past the ruins of the tram. Not sure why I held on to it. Just... This is, one might say, this place is where all the air go, but the alchemists found something else underground. Only mining puppets left in there now, still working away. But that does...
Okay.
Me? As it happened, I took a rather pointless detour. But I'm still doing my best. Veronique was my rival. But was she a hero? And as I reflected, I've learned... I simply do not... I'm no hero. There... Oh, I've only heard rumors. I've heard alchemists found it sealed away. Now, I don't buy this, but my sources claim the discovery was... Perhaps that is why the alchemists seem to...
Okay. Yeah. Let's go back to the hotel. And then we can also... Good enough. Okay, 2222 is not bad. What are we doing? We're at 339 for physical attack. This definitely takes me down by 30. No. Anyway, back to the hotel. Alright, let's go here first. Give her paints.
Those steps. I remember you. What have you there? I smell ink. I thought these gone forever when I lost them. Thank you. Now, I can finally follow the path. I have very little to give in return, but... now...
I'll come back later, I guess. come back later when she has something painted, I'm imagining. Kitty. Cipher machine. Cipher machine's device to alchemist your tracker can just. Oh, the tracker is in the person. Elidoro. Okay, good to know. A small kitten.
You made it out of the underground facility. Speaking of which, I see you have an alchemist. Decrypting it should reveal what the owner's hidden. But it requires a If I might, I will take it off your hands. I can't offer anything in exchange. We share a common enemy. Any enemy of the alchemists. Let's unlock it and we're in luck. This reminds me of a tale I once heard. Most people thought it was an urban legend, but I'd always found it troubling.
Oh, okay. This is like the cipher machines with, what's his name? Can I remember his name? Vanini. Vanini's cipher things. We have to go find them. Croc. We're going back to the zoo, I guess. I know where that croc is. I think it's on the second story at the beginning. Check that out.
Any enemy of the alchemy. Have you seen what's behind another tree? I believe the alchemists are attempting to reproduce this tree.
Oh, you mean
Perhaps,
the other tree?
I hope, anyway. I'm unsure if I should even... Leia, she hides it from the world. I have no idea how long she has left. There's very little to be done to help. Since Leia and I are not strangers to one another, the official statement is that the alchemists are developing. Perhaps a true cure will be found someday. I gave Leia painkillers that help her endure the worst of the disease. Please help her by fighting at her side.
Yes.
I did some investigating on my own. Perhaps you don't know. Long ago, Leia neutralized an infamous killer puppet.
Arlecchino?
This act may be part of its revenge. At the moment, we know nothing of this puppet's whereabouts. Look into the name. Arlecchino.
Yeah.
I worry about Leia.
Riddle puppet.
This may be a fight she cannot face. If you can.
We know he was a murderer, too.
Oh, you know, the first workshop texts were master horology. My duty as a collector is to preserve these
Yeah. You want me to sell you the watch? Okay. Sold his favorite item. Favorite items. Great ancient discs. I kind of want the quartz. Also kind of want the eye patch. It's a hard choice. I'm gonna get the quartz. You get anything from that boss? Any kind of ergo? It doesn't look like it, does it? About that boss, he didn't even give us a boss ergo. Disappointing. Disappointing. Oh well. Upgrade our P organ a little bit. To this one. Probably not. Guard Fable, special stuff. Discharged. Special resistance, perfect guard, regain. I feel like it's just attacking things, but I'll need 3 different things. Stagger from behind, Fable Arts, enhance weapon attack when discharged. That. We're upgrading. What? Charge stagger attack. It's a stagger attack of charge attacks. We do want. Grab that. So I want to up. Lower damage or discharge, lower damage. Attribute resistance. Could do that. Attribute resistance too. Attribute resistance. And it's just legion when eliminating an enemy. Not a bad one. Ability recovery, speed. Guard charge fable. Oh, so let's do that. Guard fable charge, yeah. Cool. Then I think we're gonna upgrade the charge stagger. Or maybe lower damage while dodging. Tech stamina consumption. Could do that as well. Auto. Could do this too. I want to do this because then when my pulse cells are all gone, it'll charge up faster. It'll keep me in the game longer. Attack pulse cell. So far I haven't had any boss fights go on that long though. Usually I've either won or lost before I use all of my pulse cells. Okay. I don't even know what I would get after this, so I think I'm going to use all the quartz I get from now on, basically on upgrades. I have to debate if I want to try using a different weapon. Bolt handle. Chef. There's Cure Sword. Glaive. Get S motivity from that off of any. It'd be S scaling in one stat. I'm saying, man. None of these technique weapons really, like, speak to me. I like the booster glaive. What did I put on it? I don't really want to use it though, because I used it a bunch in my first playthrough. Is there any A technique? It's just the dagger weapons, right? Are there any with A? Do I have any A ones? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I just stick with this, continue. Every time I think I'm gonna like swap stuff out and change stuff up, just can't. Not feeling it. Not seeing it. I don't have to use this. It is CNC. Just scaling I could get from... But I don't have to use this. Technically, I would get CNC from this if I just put the right crank on it, right? This I could also possess quality as well. Even though the scaling isn't as good, B and C. Better than C and C. Kinda wanna go with like a stabbing weapon. Like a thrusting weapon. Could also get CNC off of this. I could also respec. What kind of handles do we have? Stabbing hand. This, but that's quality. We have bolt handle. Could get a technique off of as well. Heavy, definitely heavy. Red Dead Redemption 2. Boy. Red Dead Redemption 2 is something. I don't like the Charged R2 for this. Just don't. It's never gonna be a thing. Overcharge 307. Perfectly charged. Nice. 338. Oh, it's like distance, maybe? Interesting. That's cool. Does it make a difference with this? Take that off. It does. Takes a long time to charge that. Pretty solid damage, though. What's this? If I was to use this weapon, though, what's the point of this? Fine. Stick with what we know, you know? Stick with what's working. What do you feel about Red Dead Redemption 2 right now? Like, how far in it are you? Still not convinced I won't respec at some point, but at the moment I just, like, I'm not feeling the yen strong enough. Fine, just go. Yeah, you're showing up a little bit, but it's okay. It's fine. Alright. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alright, where are we going now? We have enough gold coin fruit where we can respec. Probably a couple times if we want to. So. Right, we're going to the zoo, that's right. Back to the zoo. Maybe if I do like a new game plus on my own when playing through the DLC, I might like respec technique and use different weapons and stuff. It's kind of the fun of this game is like there's so many different things you can do. The problem is I've played through the game like 4 times now, so I've used so many different things. I kind of want to do something different every time. I never used this weapon, and I didn't use the golden eye either, ever, which is why I've been kind of having fun using it. Alright, is the alligator on this side? I feel like it is. Either way, we're gonna look over here first. And going like with a crit weapon is pretty cool. Hearing Ada speak is so jarring. What do you mean? Oh, because it's a different voice actress you're getting? Yeah, I know. I really miss the voice actress for the last one too. It's a big bummer for me that they changed the voice actress. She was honestly, she was perfect in that, and a lot of people were upset with it. And it's honestly never something that I never got over when playing the remake was the change, but I think there was some specific reason for why. I think it's because the OG voice actress wanted like more money or something, and Capcom didn't want to pay me up. Something like that. But yes, it's pretty disheartening. Remake, which one? 2 remake or 4 remake? OG's map structure? Oh, so you must be talking about the 4 remake then. Yeah, because 2 obviously is like this, basically the same layout as the original game. Yeah, that's fair. Honestly, that's fair. The original map layout has some charm to it, and the fact that they removed several areas from the game is also kind of disappointing. But the biggest gripes for me are mainly, aside from Ada's voice actress, it's the lack of camp, you know? RE4 OG had so much interesting and fun, maybe not interesting is the right word, but had so much fun camp to it. It was really enjoyable and felt very action movie-like. that's missing from the remake. And granted, the tone of the remake games are definitely more serious, so I get it. But it's like, that's part of the charm of 4 was the action, one-liner campiness of it. Yeah, I agree. I think they cut down on a lot of map stuff in the remake to make it feel more concise. And I'm not a huge fan of how they redid some areas, specifically in the Salazar. Most of my issues with the map are in the Salazar mansion. There's crocodile and necropsy. The truth into the world in my cowardice. Buried away, I can't pray. That's it? Just a note? Am I gonna get something out of this? I hope so, otherwise this feels like a big waste of time. Chained claw guys. He's in the dungeon chained. Yeah. Do you not like how they did that in the remake? In the remake, there's 2 chain guys with a bunch of bad guys. Oh yeah, that room. That room sucks. Playing that game, that specific room on like the hardest difficulty of the 4 remake was rough. That's a really rough room. But they still have, they kind of have like the chained guy in the basement though. It's done differently because I think as like Leon, you fall into the basement. It's all dark and you have to crawl through, and then you fight him in a smaller room later on. It's not as scary as the original, because obviously you're expecting those enemies. You're not expecting all of that. I mean, maybe you see them there, so like part of you is thinking, okay, this guy's gonna fight you. But then you run around down there and nothing happens for a little bit until you actually like are getting ready to leave or whatever, and then you figure out how to fight him, and then he's blind and all that. But it's obviously because the remake, you're expecting a lot of things. Like there are certain things you're expecting. What is this on my screen? This line down here. What is that? Not coming from my green screen. What the hell is that? Oh, it's my straw. Like, what the fuck is that in the frame? Yeah. Since it's a remake, obviously there are things you're expecting to see in the game. So it's like, it's not going to scare you. It would have never scared you anyway, even if it was done exactly the same. So I appreciate that they changed stuff around too.
Any enemy of
make
the
it feel
alchemist
fresh.
as a friend of mine. Come to me. You investigated the mounted crocodile. So, Colonel Little was murdered. To do something like this, just to take control. I'm glad you revealed the truth to their lies.
Whirlwind amulet. Okay. Is it cool? Temporarily increases physical damage inflicted when a dodge is successful. Okay. Very circumstantial. Don't think it's worth using, because how do you gauge when a dodge is successful? Like, are you just hitting the dodge button when an enemy attacks, regardless of where you are? Do you have to be in a certain range of the hitbox of the weapon? Like, to me, that's way too ambiguous to use, because it would be hard. Like, you'd really have to see, like, a video of someone break down exactly when it's useful, how much damage you get out of it, its active amount of time. That's not... to me, that feels like an amulet that's way too ambiguous to be useful. Anywho, I did look up what the amulets are in the DLC too, because I kind of like, I wanted to see if respecking was worth it to like advance or anything like that. If there was cool stuff in the DLC like later down the line, or like what, you know. I don't want to go through the whole DLC like really hoping something cool to eventually give me like some cool advanced weapon or some new cool advanced Legion arm or something. and then it just never happens, and I'm using the same weapons and the same shit for the whole DLC. Like, I would have just been like a little bit bummed. But I did learn that there are some good amulets specifically for an advanced build, but that there are no really like good advanced weapons, and that's the problem. Unfortunately, the biggest issue that I've seen, just from researching stuff about this DLC online, I didn't look up anything about any bosses, because that's the main thing for me I don't want spoiled. Knowing what weapons are there is not as huge of a deal for me, because, like I said, you can mix and match and do all kinds of different shit, so more like seeing what potential is available. Anyway, for me, the biggest disappointment with this DLC is the lack of, like, weapons.
You know what? Never mind. Mind.
Because
Nice to know the tram's not
granted,
the
this is
only
not
way
a
out.
FromSoft game, this is this game, but it's like the different mixing and matching of different weapons and stuff, it's some of the coolest things about this game. And for there to only be like 3, maybe 4 base, like new base weapons, like standard weapons, and like 2 or maybe even 3 boss weapons in the whole DLC feels like not nearly enough. Like this, they've been working on this DLC for a long time. Now, granted, they're probably already deep into a sequel for this game because it was like a big hit when it came out. A lot of people loved this game, and it did pretty well. So we're pretty much guaranteed to get a sequel out of it. But we knew there was a DLC coming down the pipeline, so I thought there would just be a little bit more substantial stuff being added, like several Legion arms, several weapons, and quite a few bosses, I imagined. Granted, there's not like that many bosses in the base game, but it's like maybe like 15 bosses or something like that, which is a good amount. So I was expecting maybe like 5 to 6 bosses in the DLC. If we're not including like Veronique or the giant crocodile, which I'm only kind of counting because they have health bars, we've only seen 2 bosses so far, and only the one boss, only the puppet boss, who so far has been the coolest boss in the game, has given me any kind of actual reward from beating it. So hypothetically, you could say so far we've only truly fought one boss. But I don't think the game counts it that way. I don't think we're going to see like 4 or 5 bosses. I think we're only going to see like a handful more. Granted, I didn't have to summon Alidoro for that fight, and I could have made it harder for myself and fought him solo, which I preferred to do on my first attempt, but it felt more like story correct to use him. I was also expecting there to be a little bit more if I kept him alive and fought with him alongside him in the fight, but it was really just like using him instead of using your normal summon, so part of me regrets using him. Really didn't enjoy that. Lesson learned, go for the alert bot first. That does a lot of damage. The puppet string attack is really good. It's unfortunately a little boring, but it is good. I mean, there is definitely a world where I go back to a purely advanced build again, because I do, even though there's not a huge variety of weapons, and I end up using the same weapons that I've already used, I will say that having more play with your Legion arm really creates a dynamic in the game that I thoroughly enjoy. That you're not solely reliant on your weapon for all your damage and dealing with enemies and stuff. The Legion arm can be just as effective, and if you're smart with like using it, you can like mix it in between different enemies or use different for different scenarios. You can deal with mobs a little bit easier. Like the puppet string is like it's got one thing, it does one thing. You're either gonna pull enemies close to you or you're gonna do a big slam attack. But either one of those is like, in my opinion, is not the most engaging Legion arm at all. But none of them really are when you think about it. Except for maybe the advanced ones, which I feel like is more, you're more like doing stuff with. Like when you're using the puppet string, you're doing one thing. When you're using the shield thing, you're really only doing one thing. When you're using the gun arm, you're just shooting, you know? Even with that blade arm, you're really only doing one thing.
Hello. Yes, you, my handsome friend. Surprised? Don't be. This puppet isn't. Sadly, it appears to be malfunctioning. You found it, I suppose it's fate. You and so. Might I ask a favor, friend? That's terribly aggravating is what it is. And anyway, can you come find me, friend? Just venture a bit deeper.
Okay. Sure, I don't know who you are, but I'll try. Anyway, what I'm trying to get at is that I feel like the electric arm and the firearm feel a lot more dynamic than pretty much any of the other Legion arms in the game, and you're pretty much only using those arms in advance. Even the acid throwing arm is more dynamic because you can charge it, you can change the direction you're throwing the acid out. So you're really thinking more as you're using it, like, how am I going to use this? Like the flame arm, you can hold it for longer, and the longer you hold it, you can actually do a blast attack with it. So you have to think, like, am I just going to do a few spurts of flame? Am I going to try to hold it for longer? I got to get my spacing right, just in case they try to attack me. Same with the electric arm and how long you're going to charge it for. Like, you're focused more on timing and spacing with those. With the puppet string, maybe I'm focusing on timing a little bit, but I'm mainly just throwing it out there. You know, with the gun arm, you're just shooting. With the shield arm, you're just going to shield when the attacks come in, you know? That's all I'm trying to say, is that you could do a lot more. Like, things could be way more dynamic. I don't think I'm going to get a level out of that. So I was just hoping that the DLC would have much more interesting and dynamic Legion arms. Now, granted, I haven't used the shotgun at all, and I don't have the thing for the shotgun. But I bet the shotgun is more interesting to use. I mean, I can tell just from watching the little videos that the shotgun would be more interesting to use than the stupid blade arm. I should have got the shotgun, but it's a motivity thing, so that's why I didn't go for it. Alright, we want electricity now, because we're fighting puppets. All I gotta say is it's hard to touch a DLC on the caliber of Shadow of the Erdtree. Because that's how you do a DLC. Like, I don't think Elden Ring is... What is hitting me? Is someone throwing a rock at me? You're throwing rocks at me. I was like, they were all dead before I took damage, so I should not have taken damage. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that... wow, I cannot even get to you. You're way... I hate you, actually. I have to run past all of these fuckers, run past these dogs. You're in the way. And I'm dead. Oy, that's really annoying. Of course, you want to run around to deal with the rock throwing guy, and they put a dog right in the way, so you can't just run past to deal with him. Anyway, I don't think Elden Ring is like the best Souls game. It's probably would be like third place for me at best. So it's like I'm not gonna like sing Elden Ring's praises that much. But I will sing the DLC's praises, because the DLC did a lot for adding interesting weapons, interesting spells. They really changed things up in the moment-to-moment gameplay of Elden Ring that made it feel really fun and made you want to try different builds and want to try out different weapons and boss weapons and stuff. Got two things throwing rocks at me now. You can really fling those rocks far. So this game, I will say so far, the only thing it's made me want to do is try the bow out, because there's not been any kind of weapon in the DLC that's really like, wow, I think this thing is amazing and I have to try it. It's like the bow is cool, but it's just a bow at the end of the day, you know? but like adding completely new weapon types into the DLC of Elden Ring is awesome. Like you dueling like dual wielding like great swords, like light great swords, and they have their own unique moveset and a lot of interesting moves to Oh, you just explode in my face, that's what you do. Cool. And like the amount of new spells that they added, new like classification of weapon types and stuff. There was a lot added to the Shadow of the Erd tree that made you want to try out so many different weapons and different builds and different things. And it added to like already established builds. Like I had a lightning build going on. You're cool. I'll use electricity. Whoa, what was that? Oh, we got planted a thing. Oh. Are you not stuck right now? That's what I want. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, this game, if I had one complaint about the DLC, it's that they didn't add enough weapons so far. And I don't know how far into it I am. I don't know how much more this DLC is left. I could change my mind, but well, I'm not going to, actually, because I looked up the weapons, and there's not that many. I tell you I'm going to get Ninja Gaiden 4 and Silent Hill F Day 1. Nice! I think the last time we talked about Ninja Gaiden 4, I remember you saying that you were kind of like on the fence about it. But I'm glad to hear you're going to get it. Silent Hill F, I think I'll look into. It's hard for me to know for sure if I'm going to get it or not because I've only ever played Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 2 Remake. A lot of money, but I built this new PC because I want to play them fair, very fair. I want to build a new PC too, but mainly to play Oblivion. Because I still have that and I still want to play it. This is going backwards. Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance I'll get Ninja Gaiden 4 when it comes out. I might not get it day one. It depends on how I'm feeling. We'll see. I could see some like trailers, some launch trailers for it, and I could get completely hyped and just be like, yep, playing that immediately. But we'll see. I know I will be getting Onimusha though, for sure. I love Onimusha so much. I might even play one of them on stream, not gonna lie. I have Dawn of Dreams. I could probably... Actually, I'm not sure. I'd have to see if I could hook up the PS2. I don't know if the PS2 could run through into this stream setup I have, but it would be cool to do that because I love Onimusha a lot. I mean, I played 3 on stream back in the day, and a lot of people think 3 is the best one. I like 4 the best, but that's just me. 2 is really fun. Yeah. The remake just came out, right? Or they're like the 2 remaster. Who's calling me? Played the remaster, yeah. I was tempted, but honestly, to me, the Onimusha games feel so dated. Especially like 2 and 1 to me feel like insanely dated. I don't know who's talking. Who's talking? And I feel like it'd be hard for me to play through the 2 remaster. Oh, you can drop down across over there. Let's see. It was tempting though, because like I said, I love Onimusha a lot. And even playing, when I played through 3, it felt a little bit dated, and I think I tried to play 4 at one point, not on stream, but I bought it when I bought a little mini PS2. And I know it felt tough. The tank controls, the camera angles, it feels very sluggish and dated. The visuals. You know, the game's from a different era, so I'm glad to see that the new Onimusha coming out is going to be a little more action forward and less like tank control-y. Alright, are you down here? Well, I'm dropping down. That looks like a bad time over there. Let's try to fling a thing over there. I thought it might blow up all of them. It did not blow up all of them. Good job hitting the geometry there, Pinocchio. Gotta come to the other side. Oh, no, I just almost get blowed up. Were you inside that thing? What the hell are you doing? Nice, another disc. We can get the eye patch.
No one? Really?
There he is.
No one's there? Hello? Anyone there? There you are, friend. Hugs are in order. Just let me... You'll never believe what happened. I was readying this new puppet to be... Sorry. So very sorry.
Suspicious.
But perhaps if you go further inside... Sorry.
I'm very suspicious. You know, one puppet seems like, okay, you're barely able to get control of that one puppet, and you're just trying to reach out for help, but the fact that it's 2 broken puppets, and you're coming up with some lame excuse about how it suddenly broke. Oh, no. That's just terrible. I doubt. Big time doubt, like. How am I not hitting him? I'm not sure how either of those attacks missed. I feel like I saw my blade. I knew he was still gonna blow up. I still might play the remaster at some point too. Oh. Okay, so I did see this one, and it's supposed to look like a mini Luxasia blade, basically. DNC, it's an advanced weapon. I love how it looks, honestly. Oh, and it has like a shot? You can shoot out lightning? I like it. I really like it. Granted, you don't need the blade to shoot out the lightning. I could put any top on it, but I would have to go advanced, though. Okay, what does it do? What is it? Let me show... What are its fable arts? So the blade has what? Thunderbolt. Call down Thunderbolt to strengthen the blade. Temporarily attack faster and enhance dodges. Discharge electricity, inflicting electric blitz damage to enemies in front of you. Hold down to continuously discharge electricity. I'll have to test this weapon out. This is a cool weapon. Like, I really like the explosive weapon. To me, that weapon is borderline on the edge of respecking for it. But an advanced, like, you find a good advanced weapon. Really, you're speaking my language now. And I saw it online, and I know it looks like Luxasia's weapon, but people were saying it's like they were underwhelmed by it. But I think they're just underwhelmed by it because it's not as big as her weapon. But it's cool. You can shoot out an electric bolt. That's neat. It like satisfies my desire to have some kind of ranged capability happening too. I'm highly tempted right now. I'm highly tempted. Okay, what are you gonna do? Oh, it's one of you. You look kind of different though. Sort of like a shield robot, but like an old model shield robot. Something. Thought I was fully dead here. Yeah, I should have known he was the explosive kind. Oh, did I just go backwards? Knock me down where that other dog was. How far back did I go? He really knocked me back. He really knocked me back. This is annoying. Because I don't have any other kind of shortcut to get back there quickly, I don't think. Okay, well we got some Fable we can use against this dude. Alrighty. Try this again, Mr. Shield Puppetman. Where are you? You're all the way at the other end. I do not like fighting here.
Don't pretend you can't hear me. I saw you flinch. Hello? Anyone there? Don't pretend you can't hear me. Don't pretend you can't hear me. I saw you flinch.
Come on now.
Don't any of these puppets work properly? Wait! I can tell from your expression this is... Just listen to my tale. I beg of you. Your objection?
Who are you?
I'm Alexander. I'm an alchemist. Before all this happened, I was in charge. It's a truly incredible experiment. Its importance is in... well, as I said, these... You think I want to look like this puppet? I'll have you know that I'm perhaps... Then it was vanity. Perhaps I let my effortless good looks go to my head. All right, a date. I was on a date with the daughter of... Apparently, he didn't approve. So, there was a huge ruckus. I would like to get out of here. I'm trapped somewhere so dark. I can't even see my... I think they locked me in a... But I can still think, and that means... Anyhow, come on. This whole guide my savior using his... But I know you'll still come and save me.
I might. if anything, just to see who you are. Strange noises emanate from beyond the wall. Yeah, it doesn't help me at all, does it? Unless I have to lure one of the explosive dudes over here and like try to blow him up here. Which is tempting. Rat mystery, the spider cave puppet.
What the blazes was that?
Indeed. Right now I'm looking to open up a shortcut. This does not look like a shortcut.
What the blazes was that?
Noisy. Probably not a shortcut either. I might be stuck in here now, as the elevator went up. Yeah. Well. Looks like we're seeing who's behind door number 1.
Carcass that devoured bodies.
Oh, it's like the green beast. It's tiny. Does the same moves, too. Doing pretty good so far for having like no heals. And there you go. And we didn't find any shortcut, so we still have to run the long way around again. Switch the grindstone to fire. Very tempted to respec right now since I'm running back here anyway, but I'm not going to. Maybe. I don't know. Still might. I still might. We have that puppet welder fire weapon, but it's kind of a weird fire weapon. So the noise on the other side of the wall must be the beast, I'm assuming? Okay, we're gonna go up the ladder. So there could be a shortcut up here instead. Interested. Thank you very much. Okay, so we open up some shortcut to the first one. Okay, perfect. What you like to see right there. If we die now, we'll respec before fighting him again. Don't die. And we don't die. Looks like if you block the first hit, the second attack hurts a lot. Oh, that's another one. Okay. Good to know that there's two grabs. I'm losing all of my fire. I was doing a lot of damage, though. Wait, did I get my... I got my stuff back, I think, right? Yeah, I did. Do we respec? No, we don't respec. We don't got time for no respecing. We're gonna teleport. First one, because that's closer. I think we have time for another, like, couple more attempts. Maybe 2 more attempts. Hopefully we get them on this one. We definitely don't have time to respec. I'll just respec off stream instead. How do you... Oh, that's a different lift. I was like, how do you lift the lift? Because it's not what I'm going for. I'm going for this. So that other lift must be another shortcut that opens up later on. Probably, I imagine, this one. Alright, well now we know it's 2 grab attacks, and to avoid those specific animations. Definitely have a better shot now. don't know. Probably not at this point. I thought about it. I was considering it for a while, but something about it didn't quite call to me like I thought it would. Leaving. Face doing. Alright, I guess you can't kill him because technically you can kill him in the future.
Get back here! I hate to say it, but we gotta let this one go, buddy. We have more urgent goals.
I'll take the quartz though. Worth. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I will say this: if it goes on like PSN as a free game, I'll download it and I'll play it. But at the moment, I just don't feel the yen to actually spend money on it because it doesn't. It's not quite there, you know. Like I know it's a Souls-like, and I know people like it, and it had a degree of success. But I don't feel like it's on the level for me that I would like it to be to really get like invested in it. I just have this feeling like if I play it, I won't get into it as much as like I would get into this game, for example. I don't think it has the same level of depth. But I also could just be prejudging it. Yeah. So I'd say at the moment it's unlikely that is this just it's just a full dead end, so we have to teleport. We have another quartz we can use for upgrading. I might end up resetting my P organ though too. It's hard because with this weapon, when the damage is on, the damage is really on, and it will like absolutely punch holes in things. If I manage to like really pile on the DPS and get a lot of hits in, between the crits and the extra damage I'm doing with the grindstone, like you can melt health bars like crazy. Especially when you use its weapon art, or I'm saying weapon art, but it's the fable art or whatever. The damage is nuts. So it's hard to not want to use this weapon, I'm not gonna lie. But this weapon is the whole backbone of the whole build. Like the puppet string is whatever. But I really want to use that Lexasia blade, so I think respecking is what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna go to some more gold coin fruit here. And we're going to use our disc. We're going to do the disc because I'll forget to do this next time if I don't do it now. Use that ancient disc and we're going to buy the eye patch.
Well,
Patch. Well, it's no doubt. Here. I almost want to go with long hair if I'm gonna do this. Saw like a wisp of something. Right. Feels more fitting with the eye patch, I feel like. Yeah, it does. Cool. Alright. Well, we're gonna hop off now. Good stream, good fun. Had some good fights in there. It was a fun little nod to have the green monster show up as like a baby, but do mostly the same moves. So far, the puppet boss has been the best boss. I really liked the stalker fight against Veronique. The other boss was whatever, but that's because I had the NPC helping me. Hopefully the next box is pretty cool, but I think I'll respec off stream and we're going to go back advance, because I really love playing advanced builds, honestly. And I really want to use that weapon. So I'm going to do some science with it and see where we are. We're either going to continue with this exact build or we're going to be doing advanced build on the next stream. Which, by the way, I'm not sure when it's going to be. I'm not going to have a stream tomorrow because my new schedule stuff starts tomorrow. But the next stream will probably be, I don't know, Monday, maybe? Not really sure. But yeah, it'll probably be next week at some point. So when you see me go live, that's when you know stuff's happening. But until that happens, I'm not sure what day it'll be yet. Because the schedule's really going to change very quickly here in the next couple weeks. And soon I'll be probably streaming on completely different days at completely different times. So just keep your eyes and ears open for that. And obviously in about 2 or 3 weeks, I'll have a more consistent schedule and I'll be like, hey, these are the days and these are the times where I'm actually going to show up and be streaming. But for now, just, keep your eyeballs open for when my notifications go live, because that's pretty much the only indication that you're going to have that things are happening on my channel. I still plan to keep streaming. I'm not ending streaming. I plan to keep streaming until, streaming becomes a real thing for me. I want to make it a success this time around. Last time around, I got disheartened and gave up, but this time I'm not giving up, or the stream is not going anywhere. So, I will be back, not in the foreseeable future, but sometime in the recent future, so, don't get too discouraged. You'll see me again. But anyway, I'm gonna hop off now. Thanks for watching. Next stream is gonna be more of this, without a doubt, until we finish the DLC. And then honestly, I have no idea what I'll stream after that. I'll figure something out, though. But yeah, have a good night, and we'll see you probably on Monday. Alright, take it easy.